Welcome into another edition of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. I'm Neil McCready, joined as always by Greg Jones, LB's Meat Market. Caroline McCready joins from cold Fayetteville. We were just talking about weather. Normally, it's Fayetteville that gets much more of the winter weather than we get here in Oxford. But now, as we record this on Wednesday mid-afternoon, they're expecting a little bit of snow in northwest Arkansas, Greg. But we in Oxford are potentially getting snowpocalypse 2025. Like, I have a hard time believing these numbers. But so I woke up this morning and everything was 3 to 5 inches. I can see that. Yeah. Some people start talking 6 to 8, 10, maybe even 12 inches. And I'm like, oh, come on, that's not happening. But if it does, look out.
Yeah, my friend Jake, he's snowed in his house right now in Lexington. They got 16 inches the other day.
Wow.
One of my best friends in Kansas City, she's stuck.
I mean, so he's getting the whole. He's got 6 dogs and a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old. So he's loving life right now.
Yeah, there's just not enough bourbon for that.
Yeah.
They don't make enough. Even in Kentucky, they don't make enough for you to get through that.
I'd be in that F-250 real quick, finding something.
All right. Like I said, we're brought to you by LB's 2008 University Avenue in Oxford, right across the street from Kroger. So after you run to Kroger and get all of the bread and all of the milk, you're probably going to want some protein to go with that. And LB's has it. They have the freshest cuts of beef, pork, chicken, house-made sausages. They've got the stuffed jalapenos, the stuffed mushrooms. They've got a little bit of everything and a whole lot of really good stuff at LB's. So, Greg, I
made a new sausage. I made a new sausage this week.
Oh, what'd you make?
A turducken sausage.
Oh, turkey,
so
turkey, duck, and chicken.
Turkey, duck, and chicken. So we did turkey, duck, and chicken. It's got a little sage. It's got a little green onion. And I put, my mom was not here the other day, so I snuck some cornbread muffins into the turducken sausage, and it actually has worked out really well. It's like giving it some, it's kind of absorbed the fat because the duck is very, oily and fatty. So it's actually turned out really, really well. So come by and try the turducken sausage.
So what's your, do you yet have a worst case scenario snowpocalypse plan for LB's?
Well, I mean, I'm in Harmontown, so I'm a solid 30 minutes from Oxford. So, I was thinking about, I don't know, maybe air mattressing, but not really. So I think we might just have to be closed. It's just tough. I mean, you don't want to tell your customer to, hey, brave the elements, but come now, come Wednesday, come Thursday, and take advantage of that, and just don't have to worry about, whenever it is snowing 12 inches and, stressed about getting out and seeing if we can't get some milk and bread. Why don't you just go ahead and do it now, on a Wednesday or Thursday?
So we'll turn this around. We'll have this published on Wednesday. I'll publish the audio right away. Caroline will get the video sent to me. We'll get this published right away. So you're open all day Thursday.
Yeah. So what we'll do Thursday, we'll do $3 off on all things in the freezer.
Okay.
For Butcher and Dance Instructor customers. How about that?
Yes, just tell them you heard about it on the Butcher and Dance Instructor show. You get $3 off everything in the freezer. Don't forget, you can text in your order, 662-259-2999. So you ought to go at least be prepared for being stuck Friday, probably most of Saturday. Be a perfect day to light your grill, your smoker, whatever the case may be. Throw some stuff on.
You knock the rust off that fire pit out there that you
Yeah.
I think there's some fancy fire pits out there in Oxford that need to be flipped.
So all of that's available to you again, 662-259-2999. All right, we're going to dive into we got games starting Thursday all the way through Monday. We got college on Thursday and Friday. The NFL playoffs start on Saturday. So we're with you on this show each and every season, all the way through the Super Bowl. So we got a few shows left. And I guess the good news for you, Caroline, is that you stayed 2 games back of Greg. You're still within striking distance. Greg, you both went 4-5 last week in the games. A lot of weird bowl games. Bowl games were weird this year, as we expected. You both went 4-5. You both. I gave. You had different sides of Iowa, Missouri, but it was a 3-point line. It ended up being a 3-point game. I gave you both a win.
Oh, well, appreciate it.
I was wondering about that actually.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could have done the whole half of a win, half of a loss, but screw it. It's a win. Just you won. Congrats. So you both went 4-5, and Greg, you have a 2-game lead over Caroline heading into the college football semifinals and the NFL playoffs. So good luck as you try to.
I sat there. I watched the Oregon and the Ohio State game, and that live bet got all the way up to 31.5.
Wow.
Like Ohio State. I mean, and what was so funny is the commercial where the "Who's ready for the charred duck?" Like it kept on like coming through. Like at least on my TV feed, it kept coming through. I was just like, "Oh, this is great!" Like, what a great commercial for this to be happening.
All right, let's dive into the Thursday games. Caroline, you'll get to go first because I think those are the rules. The last week that somebody won, you won, so y'all tied, so you remain technically the defending weekly champion. So we'll start with Thursday. It's the Orange Bowl in Miami, national semifinal game. It's Notre Dame and Penn State. This is at 6:30 on ESPN. Notre Dame, Caroline, is a 1.5-point favorite over the Nittany Lions.
I don't have any reasoning, but I'll go with Notre Dame.
Okay, sticking with the Irish. They're playing really well. So is Penn State, Greg. She's going to take the Irish. She's going to lay a 1.5.
I like Notre Dame. I like Notre Dame's coach a lot. I like him a lot. He seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah,
a good coach to play for too.
I like Marcus Freeman too. All right, we go to Friday. There's talk that weather could screw this thing up, depending if Texas gets blitzkrieged by what's this? Is it Nora? Cora? Cora is the storm.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Anyway, snowpocalypse in Dallas. They're talking about a foot of snow, but this game is in Arlington, AT&T Stadium, 6:30 on ESPN on Friday night. It's Ohio State and Texas playing for a spot in the national championship game. Greg, Ohio State's a 6-point favorite.
Man, honestly, I just don't see Ohio State getting beat. It's just I think they win by 2 touchdowns. Texas doesn't have a killer instinct about them. Like they should have put Arizona State to sleep. Like I don't know after being up 14-0 and only running. They don't have a really killer instinct about them. So I just think Ohio State's playing so good right now. It's tough to bet against them. I think they win by 2 touchdowns easy.
All right, Caroline, Greg's going to take the Buckeyes, lay the 6 against Texas.
I'll do the same thing. I'm not going to go against Ohio State. Also, Dance Nationals is this weekend.
Oh, where's that?
So excited. It's in Orlando.
Dance.
Right, so who all's there? I mean, is there like a tournament or you have to get invited?
It's like it's like you choose to go, but every SEC school for the most part goes. Arkansas is going for the first time this year.
Wow.
And Ole Miss is there. They have a really good dance team, the Rebelettes. But like you compete in a certain style. So like Rebelettes, they do jazz and then they do game day. But Ohio State does pom, jazz, and game day, and they typically win 2 of the 3 of them. But their pom routine got leaked by the Ohio State women's basketball team. Whoever runs that social media is an idiot and posted the video on the TikTok.
Wow, what a scandal!
Wow,
it kind of sucks because it's like that's a big like marketing for them is for Ohio State and their dance team is like everybody freaks out whenever they see it for the first time at the actual thing. They're so good.
So what happened? The women's basketball team was practicing and they were in the background.
No, the dance team like performed at halftime. They like showcased their pom routine.
Okay.
And the girl or boy, whoever runs the account, was sitting on the court and took a video of the whole thing and posted it.
Oh.
And it doesn't look very good because it comes together. Dance comes together very last minute. It did not look good, so they're kind of getting hate. And those poor girls have been.
But why would you bring your A game routine at a halftime of a women's basketball game? Wouldn't you like?
Well, just to kind of practice doing it.
Oh, just okay.
It's a dress rehearsal. It wasn't supposed to be videoed though.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just kind of like they like to throw something out there for people to just be like kind of dabble at it and just be like kind of critiquing, like, oh, this is what we need to change. Or
maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, Ohio State's like one of the top. Them and Minnesota, and those are the two that have the little twin sisters that one of them's on each one.
So if I told you an SEC team won, which one would you think won?
I'd say Kentucky. No, they're cheerleaders. They're good cheerleaders.
Tennessee?
Tennessee is the best SEC dance team. They're up there. Yeah.
So for the Rebelettes, what would be considered a strong showing?
Well, if you make it, there's like semifinals and there's finals. If you make it to finals, you're good. And so Rebelettes have started to make it to finals lately. But I will say, no hate to the Rebelettes. They normally don't do amazing in jazz because they're up against Ohio State and Minnesota and Tennessee, all these schools that.
So how many teams make it to finals?
I think it's like maybe 12 to 15.
Okay. So for Arkansas, first year they're competing in it, what would be considered success?
Probably make finals.
Oh, making finals. Okay.
They're doing.
So I would think that would be like getting out of the first, second round.
What'd you say?
It'd be like getting out of the first, second round, like making the Sweet 16 or kind of like Elite 8 or kind of something like that.
Yeah, because then like you got to think hip hop, for example. Like LSU is good in jazz, but LSU will win hip hop. Something is wrong if they don't win hip hop. But they go against Memphis, but I heard Memphis, 4 of their people quit. I know all this stuff about all these teams.
So I saw Memphis, Ole Miss played Memphis in basketball at FedEx Forum a couple of weeks ago. Caroline, it was like, I mean, I'm trying not to be hyperbolic. There had to have been 50 girls on the Memphis dance team. They were everywhere.
Well, was that a cheer team too? Was there cheer and dance?
Yeah, there had to have been a pom team in there too.
Yeah, maybe so. They were.
Their dance team is
were
called.
They different outfits? Because like that's the
same outfit.
Oh.
Yeah, but apparently, their dance team apparently they lost 4 girls. But then UNLV is really good at hip hop. San Diego State's really good at hip hop.
Yeah, I would think like the West Coast would probably be really good at hip hop.
Yeah, like people go to these schools just to dance. I always pay the $35 to watch nationals, and I will this year. And I'm going to sit and watch all weekend.
We'll have to get a report next week on who did well, who was kind of Cinderella, who surprised, who was a disappointment, who did not live up to expectations. Get a report from you.
Apparently, LSU they've been doing some teasers. They keep calling themselves the M&Ms, so everyone thinks they're doing like an M&M themed hip hop. Last year it was to Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson.
Oh.
And the year before it was to the year before I think they didn't win. Yeah.
Well, you would think that the birthplace of jazz being in Louisiana, that LSU would win jazz every year.
They got like 4th last year, which is really good for them. They normally don't do that.
Interesting. All right. Well, good luck to everybody. We'll look forward to getting the report on that. I'm interested. All right, we go to the NFL playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. It is Saturday. There's 2 games. One starts at 3:30 in the afternoon on CBS. It's the Los Angeles Chargers heading to Houston to play the Texans, AFC South champs. The Chargers, a 2.5-point road favorite, Caroline.
I'll go with the Chargers. I was a Charger myself at Oxford High School.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
That's a tough angle. That's an angle. All right, Greg, she's taking the Chargers, laying the 2.5 in Houston.
I'll take Houston. I'll take Houston.
Okay.
I've got some friends in Houston.
Okay. Yeah, I got a brother in Houston.
I mean, I would have taken the Chargers because Hollywood Park, which is like used to be one of the nicest racetracks, that's where SoFi is now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Stay in the AFC. It's Saturday night. This game's on Amazon Prime, 7 o'clock. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens, an AFC North rematch. These teams have already played each other twice this year. This game's in Baltimore, Greg, and the Ravens are laying 9.5 points to their division rival Steelers.
No, I'll take Baltimore. The Steelers are terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, Pittsburgh has faded down the stretch, Caroline. Greg's going to take the Ravens and lay 9.5, a big number in the NFL playoffs.
I'll do the same.
Okay. A lot of Lamar Jackson love in this room. You can feel it.
Yeah, I saw a thing on the Twitter. Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl at 28. Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl at 28, and Lamar Jackson's 28 years old. So.
Oh, wow. That is, could be.
And, they got Derrick Henry, who's a really solid running back, so you got to have a good, solid running game. So
you do.
I like it.
You do. All right. On Sunday, we got 3 games starting at noon, one on CBS. It's AFC, the Denver Broncos. They head to Buffalo to play the Buffalo Bills. The Broncos, Caroline, are an 8.5 point underdog.
I'll go with the Bills.
Caroline staying with Josh Allen, the likely MVP. And the Bills? Greg, what do you think? You going to take Denver and Bo Nix and Sean Payton and the points, or?
Yeah, no. I'm going to take Buffalo. Man, have you seen the new stadium that the Bills are building?
Yeah, right in the same basically parking lot with the one that's there now.
Yeah, they did I watched a little video of it. It's pretty wild.
It's on my short list of places that I want to go see a game.
Yeah,
I've never been to Buffalo.
When is this new stadium open? Like in 26, I think. So they have one more.
Right. I think one more year in the current stadium, and then I think they go to the new one.
The thought of being in a parking lot and drinking with and jumping on tables and I think they have the Bills Mafia gets down. I think that'd be a fun trip to plan.
Yeah, it's on my list. I'm running out of time. I'm getting old, but I still want to go to see Buffalo.
You don't have a walker on yet, so you're good. We're good.
Not yet. All right, we go to the NFC playoffs. These start at 3:30 on Sunday. It is the Green Bay Packers hitting the road to face Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and the Philadelphia Eagles. This game is at 3:30 on Fox. As I said, Caroline, Green Bay is a 5.5 point underdog.
I'll go with the Eagles.
Okay, Caroline's going to go with Jalen, A.J., Saquon, and the guys there in Philly. The Battle of Green, by the way. Campbell would just be lost right here. 2 green teams facing one another. All right, she's going to take the Eagles, lay the 5.5. Greg?
I think this is a field goal game. I'm going to take points.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think somebody's going to kick a field goal to win this game.
Greg's going to take the Packers. All right, we got the Sunday night game on NBC at 7 o'clock. It is the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, likely NFL Rookie of the Year. His first playoff appearance against Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game's at Raymond James there in Tampa, and the Bucs, Greg, are a 3-point favorite.
Man, this should be a sneaky good game. I like Tampa Bay. I like Baker Mayfield. I do like Jaden Daniels, and I think he's had a wonderful year, but for some strange reason, I'm going to take Baker Mayfield.
Okay. Caroline, he's going to take Tampa and lay the 3.
I'll do the same thing.
Okay. Everybody's sticking with Baker and the boys. Baker Mayfield, the Bucs quarterback, former Heisman winner at Oklahoma, once got in bad trouble, got arrested and tackled to the ground by the Fayetteville Police Department. He was dating a girl, a U of A student, and he had a little too much to drink and paid for it.
Dang.
Yeah. How about that? All right. One final game. It's Monday night. January the 13th. It's the Vikings, the Minnesota Vikings, at the Los Angeles Rams. This is at 7 o'clock on ESPN. The Vikings, I think it's Greg. I think it's your turn. It doesn't matter. The Vikings are a 1.5 point favorite in LA at SoFi?
I'm gonna go to the Rams just
Oh.
because of the Hollywood Park.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the Vikings. I mean, I'm just not a Sam Darnold guy.
Could kind of go either. This is a close game. This could go either way. You could talk me into either outcome here. All right, Caroline, Greg's going to take the Rams and the 1.5.
I'll take the Rams too.
All right. Everybody's going with Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, the Rams holding serve at home. I think that's the route I'm going. I think in this close one, I'm just going to take the points. Like, I'll just take 1.5. I think that's the route I'm going to take on.
Yeah, and I think the fires aren't. I mean, I think the fires are dying down. Like when I just talked to my friend in California, He said the winds are going down. He said the winds were so bad that they can't get any planes to dump any water on the fire. So that's why the fires have been spreading pretty crazy.
Some of the video out of LA is just wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's like
all right, don't forget LB 662-259-2999. Text your order in. Go by, pick up your order on late Wednesday, early Thursday, all day Thursday. Decent chance that Greg's going to be closed on Friday if the weather does what they're saying it's going to do, which is start arriving in the early morning hours on Friday here. So if you're listening and you live in North Mississippi, please be careful. Or really anywhere where you're listening, because it's going to be all over the South. Nashville, Atlanta, into the Carolinas, Texas.
Crazy.
Going to be a lot of winter weather. If you can avoid being out driving around, please do. Be careful. And we will be back with another edition of the show late next week. We'll preview the NFL divisional playoffs and the national championship game on Monday the 20th. Busy day on Monday the 20th. You got Trump's inauguration and then a national championship game that night in Atlanta. So a lot going on the 20th, and we'll pick that game as well here on The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. So for Greg Jones, for Caroline McCready, I'm Neil McCready. Until next time, take care.